Okay, so want to know what's up with UPS? It's actually kind of crazy. They just had their first revenue and profit growth.
In 2 years.
Yeah, in 2 years, which
Wow.
is a big deal, especially, with the global economy being a little shaky right now.
Yeah.
We're talking industrial production down, online sales are slowing,
Right.
and yet UPS is pulling it off.
Yeah, it is fascinating how they're navigating all of that.
So let's dive into their Q3 2024 earnings
All
call
right.
and see how they're doing it.
They're not just writing it out, they're
Okay.
being very strategic. They're laser focused on controlling costs
Yeah.
and finding those pockets of growth, even in a tough market.
Exactly. So they hit $22.2 billion in revenue.
Wow.
That's a 5.6% increase.
Yeah.
And their operating profit jumped by a massive 22.8%.
Impressive.
Yeah. So let's look beyond the headlines here.
All right.
What specifically is driving this success?
I think a big part of this is their U.S. domestic segment. They saw a record 6.5% increase in average daily volume.
Okay.
That's the highest in over 3 years.
Wow, that's huge.
It is. And they're winning big in the business-to-business space, B2B,
Yeah.
especially with services like, have you heard of this? Their store replenishment with delivery window solution.
I have not. Break that down for me a little.
Okay, so think about it this way. Businesses need to keep their shelves stocked, right?
Right.
But traditional delivery services, they can be a little unpredictable,
Yeah,
which means empty shelves, frustrated customers.
for sure.
And what UPS is doing is guaranteeing precise delivery windows for store replenishment.
Interesting.
So this means businesses can optimize their inventory, reduce waste.
Keep those shelves full.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Even with all the supply chain issues that everyone's been dealing with,
Yeah.
with all the hiccups.
Yeah, so it's not just about moving boxes.
Right.
It's about providing that
Exactly. It's a solution.
that solves a really specific problem that these businesses are facing.
And that strategic thinking is giving them a real edge.
Makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
internationally,
Yeah.
things seem a little flatter.
Hmm.
Average daily volume kind of stayed the same.
Unchanged.
Is that
Yeah.
cause for concern?
I don't think so necessarily. It was
No.
flat overall, the international growth, but they are seeing consistent improvement throughout the year.
Okay.
They're focusing smartly on growing exports,
Okay.
and they're tailoring offerings to specific markets,
Okay.
like enhancing their Saturday delivery in Europe.
Got it.
It's a sign that they're adapting
Yeah.
to, a global landscape that's still pretty shaky.
Yeah, for sure. So being flexible, playing the long game,
Exactly.
I like it. But one thing that really caught my eye in the earnings call was this
What's that?
pricing architecture of tomorrow, or AOT.
Oh, yeah.
What is that about?
It's their secret weapon
Oh,
for smart pricing.
okay.
You know how sometimes you feel like companies are just raising prices randomly?
Totally.
Well, UPS is using AI and data to make sure they're charging the right price
Oh,
for each service and each customer segment.
interesting. So it's not just like,
One size fits all.
yeah, one size fits all. They're getting really specific.
Super specific.
Yeah.
They even ran this test where they just tweaked a discount modifier by just 25%.
Okay.
And you know what?
Right.
It led to a 12% increase in revenue per piece for that segment.
Hold on, though. A 25% discount reduction also meant they lost 26% of their volume.
Right.
Is that a good trade-off?
That's the beauty of AOT. It lets them experiment and analyze
Yeah.
which levers to pull to get the best results.
Gotcha.
Sometimes it's about maximizing that revenue per piece,
Well-
even if volume dips a bit.
Yeah.
This was just one test, and they're always fine-tuning their approach. It's all about finding that sweet spot between price and volume.
Interesting. So they're using data to be more strategic, efficient,
Exactly.
and this innovative thinking is evident in another area they're focusing on, healthcare logistics.
Absolutely. This is a rapidly growing market,
Yeah.
especially for complex, temperature-sensitive products.
Right.
And their recent acquisition of Frigo-Trans in Europe shows just how serious they are
Yeah.
about becoming a global leader in healthcare logistics.
It makes sense. Healthcare is huge, obviously,
Yeah,
with very specific needs.
for sure.
And UPS is clearly betting big on being the one to meet those needs.
It seems like it.
But let's be realistic here. All of this growth and innovation,
Yeah.
it's got to come at a price, right?
Well, they're actually doing a remarkable job at controlling costs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In
Well, thank
fact, their U.S. domestic cost per piece
Hmm.
decreased by 4.1% year over year.
Wow. How are they doing that?
It's all about streamlining and optimization.
Okay,
Their Fit to Serve initiative is making their management structure leaner
gotcha.
and the network of the future. It's
Well,
all about maximizing their operational footprint.
makes sense.
They've closed 45 operational facilities
Wow,
and 9 full buildings.
that's huge.
It really is, and it's
Yeah.
making a difference.
So they're becoming more efficient with their resources.
Exactly. And their COO highlighted an 8% improvement in pieces per workforce hour.
Wow.
That translates to an incredible 11 million hour efficiency gain. So they're generating more revenue,
Right?
but they're also doing it with less waste.
Yeah, less waste, that's always good.
It's always good.
Okay, so they're getting leaner, smarter, more efficient.
It seems like it.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
But we can't ignore the elephant in the room. Peak season.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's talking about this year being a challenge.
Right.
With a really compressed time frame
Yeah.
between Black Friday and Christmas Eve.
17 shipping days, to be exact.
It's going to be a wild ride.
It is.
But UPS seems remarkably calm about it.
Well, they are the peak season pros.
That's true.
But this year, there's another layer of complexity.
What's that?
The integration of the USPS air cargo business.
Right.
They fully integrated it by October 1st.
Oh, yeah?
And while it should mean steady revenue and good margins, it also adds pressure during their busiest time of year.
Absolutely. But they're not just throwing more bodies at the problem, right?
Right. They're boosting their seasonal hiring target to 125,000 employees.
Wow.
But what's more important is that they're working directly with their top 100 customers
Oh, okay.
to fine-tune volume expectations
Gotcha.
and manage surcharges.
So it's about planning
Look forward to knowing
and leveraging that famous UPS efficiency.
Exactly. So even though customers have slightly tempered their initial peak season volume predictions,
Right.
UPS is prepared for whatever comes their way.
Yeah. They're ready to rumble.
They are. And it's not just about handling the volume.
Right.
It's about maintaining their industry-leading service levels.
They have a reputation to uphold.
6 years in a row of industry-leading service.
That's a pretty impressive track record.
It is.
But, past performance doesn't guarantee future results.
That's true.
So what does all this mean for the future of UPS?
That's where things get interesting.
Ooh.
They're not just reacting to current trends.
Yeah.
They're actively shaping their future.
Right.
Healthcare logistics, the AI-powered pricing model, focus on those B2B solutions. It's all part of a bigger strategy.
So they're playing offense, not defense.
I like that. Yeah.
But there's one more piece of the puzzle.
What's that?
Their relationship with the U.S. Postal Service.
Oh, yes.
It's an interesting dynamic.
It is.
They're partners and competitors.
It's a delicate dance.
Hold on.
Okay.
We need to hit the pause button here.
All right.
Because that USPS saga deserves its own dedicated segment.
I agree.
And we're just about out of time for this part of our deep dive.
Okay.
So we'll leave you hanging on this cliffhanger for now.
Sounds good.
Join us for part 2 of this episode, where we'll unravel the complexities of the UPS and USPS relationship
Looking forward to it.
and what it means for the future of package delivery. You won't want to miss it. All right, so we left off talking about how UPS is positioning themselves for the future. But there's one relationship that just keeps popping up,
Yeah.
and that's their partnership with the U.S. Postal Service.
It's a very complex dynamic.
It is.
On one hand, they rely on each other.
Okay.
UPS uses the Postal Service's massive last-mile network for its SurePost service.
Yeah.
Especially for those Sunday deliveries that online shoppers just love.
So UPS picks up the package,
Yeah.
gets it most of the way there.
Most of the way.
And then the Postal Service
Yeah.
handles that final step of getting it to your doorstep,
Even on weekends.
even on the weekends.
Which is huge for e-commerce.
Right.
But this reliance also creates a power imbalance.
Okay.
The Postal Service wants a bigger slice of the pie,
Yeah.
especially from all that e-commerce business.
Makes sense.
They're pushing to renegotiate their delivery service agreement with UPS,
Oh, really?
hoping to keep more of those packages within their own network.
So that puts UPS in a tough spot.
Yeah,
They need the Postal Service for that final delivery step.
especially for residential addresses.
Yeah.
But they don't want to lose control
Oh, yeah.
or see their costs just skyrocket.
It's a high-stakes game of negotiations.
It is.
It really is. And the outcome of these negotiations will impact
everyone.
Yeah, the whole delivery ecosystem.
The entire landscape.
Wow.
If the Postal Service gets its way,
Yeah.
it could shift the balance of power,
Okay.
potentially impacting UPS's costs
Right.
and their ability to offer those super fast Sunday delivery
Which everyone loves.
that everyone loves.
Right.
It would be a major blow to their e-commerce strategy.
It would.
Yeah.
So could this pressure create opportunities for UPS?
Maybe.
Could they leverage their own network more
Possibly.
and kind of bypass the Postal
For
Service?
some deliveries.
Yeah, for some deliveries.
That's possible, though it would involve a lot of investment
Yeah.
and logistical challenges.
It would.
But this tension is forcing both UPS and the Postal Service to
Yeah.
adapt, innovate, and find new ways to compete and collaborate.
And we can't forget about the other players in the game, right?
Of course not.
Amazon, FedEx,
Right.
and all these regional delivery services popping up.
It's a crowded market.
It is.
Everyone wants a piece of that e-commerce pie.
That's a pie that's growing more slowly than it used to, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Consumer expectations are so high.
Yeah, fast and free shipping is just
Expected.
the norm.
It's not even a perk anymore,
It's just expected.
which puts a lot of pressure on,
On margins.
yeah, for the whole delivery industry.
Everyone.
So how is UPS planning to win
Right.
in this crazy competitive environment? We've talked about, their cost-cutting measures.
Yeah, investments in growth areas.
Yeah, but is there like a unifying theme?
To their strategy.
Yeah, to their strategy.
Yeah, it seems like they're really focused on what they call customer centricity.
Okay.
They talk about earning the right to grow
Right.
by exceeding customer expectations.
So it's not just about moving packages. It's about,
Understanding what the customer needs.
and providing solutions
Solutions, exactly.
that make lives easier and businesses more efficient.
I think that's a good way to put it.
And it sounds like it's paying off.
Yeah.
Remember that record 6.5% increase in U.S. average daily volume?
Yeah.
A lot of that's coming from small and medium-sized businesses,
Right.
which those are the most demanding customers, right?
I got a lot of choices.
They do.
So UPS must be doing something right to win their loyalty.
And it's not just about winning new customers.
No.
It's about keeping the ones that you have.
Retaining them.
Yeah. Retention.
Building those strong relationships.
Yeah.
And providing exceptional service.
That's key.
That's key.
Especially in a market where
Everyone's fighting.
everyone's fighting for every package.
Every package.
Okay, so we're seeing a company that is adapting to a changing landscape,
Right.
investing in innovation,
Uh-huh.
putting the customer at the center of everything they do.
Yeah. It seems like it.
But let's be realistic. There are always challenges, right?
Yeah.
What should we be watching out for?
Well, the global economic outlook is still uncertain.
Yeah.
Inflation's still a concern.
Right.
Consumer spending could weaken.
Yeah.
And then we have those supply chain disruptions.
They're everywhere.
They just keep popping up.
It's like,
Whack-a-mole.
yeah, like whack-a-mole, right? Like you solve one problem.
Another one pops up.
Right.
And then there's always the threat of rising fuel costs,
Yeah. Fuel costs are huge.
which can really eat into profit margins
They can.
very quickly.
Yeah.
And, of course, all that competition.
Right. Amazon,
Yeah.
FedEx.
And Amazon's logistics network is just growing so fast.
Yeah, it's growing like crazy.
Yeah.
Plus,
What else?
navigating like this complex regulatory landscape.
Oh, for sure.
The relationship with the USPS is just one example of that.
It's a lot to juggle.
It is.
But UPS has a long history of resilience.
They do.
And they're really good at finding those opportunities.
Even in challenging situations.
Yeah.
Okay, so nobody has a crystal ball.
Nope.
But based on what we've seen so far,
Yeah.
is UPS well positioned for the future?
I think so. They're really good at adapting and thriving in a world that's changing all the time.
Yeah.
Their focus on efficiency,
Mhm.
customer centricity,
Yeah.
and that strategic investment in key areas like
Yeah.
healthcare logistics.
Yeah.
Those are all good signs.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not just resting on what they've done.
Right.
They're
Mhm.
really shaping their own future.
You're not just reacting.
Yeah. But they do face some real challenges.
They do.
Like economic uncertainty,
Yeah.
intense competition,
Mm-hmm.
regulations are always changing.
That's a lot.
It is, but it sounds like UPS is approaching it
Yeah.
with a mix of confidence and caution.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
It's a lot to watch,
A lot to watch.
a lot to learn,
A lot to learn.
a lot to think about as we head into 2025.
Absolutely.
Now, We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have
Analyzed the numbers, explored their strategies, contemplated all the challenges ahead.
All the challenges.
But in our final part,
Yeah.
I want to bring it all home.
Bring it all home.
For you, the listener,
Okay.
we'll explore what these strategic shifts mean for you.
All right.
Whether you're a business owner,
Right.
an investor, or just a curious listener who's fascinated by all this logistics stuff.
Yeah, the world of logistics.
And we'll leave you with a final, provocative question
Ooh, I like that.
to ponder.
Okay.
As we head into this new year,
All right.
what will the future of package delivery actually look like?
Good question.
And what role will UPS play in shaping it?
Another good question.
So join us for the final part of our deep dive. Okay, so we've spent some time with UPS's latest moves.
We have.
From that record growth in the U.S. to their approach to pricing. And,
That move into healthcare logistics.
yeah. But what does all of it actually mean for you?
That's the million-dollar question.
It is.
Let's start with all the business owners out there.
Okay.
If you are running a business, especially a small one
Right.
or a medium-sized one, pay attention to how UPS is using tech and partnerships to not just survive, but to thrive
Right.
in this tough economy.
Yeah, we talked about their focus on those B2B solutions.
Right. Those services tailored to the needs of businesses.
Exactly.
Like that store replenishment with delivery window solution.
Yeah.
This isn't just about, bringing boxes places.
Right.
It's about giving businesses a real way to manage their inventory.
Yeah.
Reduce waste and keep their customers happy in this world where, supply chains get disrupted, deliveries are all over the place.
Yeah.
That kind of consistency, that certainty, it's a game changer.
For sure. It's about solutions.
Solutions.
Not just services. And that focus on the customer seems to be working.
Especially with those smaller businesses.
Yeah.
The ones that can be really, really picky.
They can.
Yeah.
Now, what about the investors listening?
Yeah, good point.
What does this mean for them?
Well, I think UPS is sending a pretty clear signal.
Okay.
They're all about growth
Uh-huh.
and innovation,
Innovation?
investing in technology, and really focusing on high-margin areas.
Like healthcare.
Exactly.
But there are risks, right?
Always.
We talk about the economy being uncertain,
Right.
all the competition, and of course that USPS negotiation.
Oh, yeah. That could be a big one.
Could be huge.
So, yeah, do your research, investors.
Right.
Understand the company's plan, weigh the good and the bad.
Yeah.
And stay informed
Stay informed.
about all the stuff that could impact their future.
Absolutely. Now, for those of you who just love the world of business
Yeah.
logistics.
The behind the scenes.
Yeah, this has been a pretty cool look into how a company like UPS runs on a global scale.
It is fascinating, isn't it?
It is. They're using technology to optimize their whole network.
Right.
They're figuring out how consumers behave. They're dealing with a world that's changing every day.
So much change.
It really is. And it also shows how connected our world really is.
It does, yeah.
From, the packages on our doorsteps
Right.
to the medicine that saves lives in hospitals.
It all has to get there somehow.
UPS is part of our everyday lives.
They are.
Which brings us to that final question.
Okay.
What's next?
Yeah, what will the future of package delivery look like?
And where does UPS fit into all of that?
Right. Will we see drones flying around everywhere?
Ooh, drones would be cool.
Right. Will self-driving cars bring us our stuff?
Autonomous vehicles.
Yeah. Will same-day delivery just become...
Like the norm.
Like you just expect it?
You just expect it?
Not even special anymore.
Wow.
And how's UPS going to handle all of this?
The competition.
The regulation?
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Big questions.
Yeah, no easy answers.
But, at least we can start to think about.
What the future might hold.
Yeah, we're thinking about it.
That's what matters.
So keep exploring,
Keep asking questions.
Keep diving deep into the stuff that interests you.
We'll be here.
Will. Until next time.
Happy learning.